Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Thanks for clicking on the video. Today I'm going to be telling you about the first time I've ever smoked weed. Just to get right into it, happened with my friend Alyssa. Me and Alyssa, we go pretty far back. My mom knew her mom. I think her mom was actually a patient of my mom, because my mom, she works in the health department. I'm not going to get too into that. But yeah, basically, our parents knew each other. We'd hang out as kids, and as we grew up, we lived not too far away, so I'd spend the day at her house sometimes. Sometimes she'd spend the day at mine, vice versa shit. It was pretty fun. As we got older, we would just hang out. I didn't have a car, so I'd have to walk up this big ass hill just to get to her house. This hill was like fucking 2 miles, steep hills, just steep all the way up. I would walk that shit for a free gram, dude. It was ridiculous, just for a gram bull hit. I was in the best shape of my life, man, for a fucking smoker at the age of like 16, 15. But anyway, this is one of the first times that we ever did it, and she had actually come over to my house. Luckily, I think I actually still walked like halfway up there just to meet her, because we'd meet halfway on the hill. It was just a fucking walk, right? Hers was like more so downhill than it was uphill, but she'd have to walk. I'd walk her up it, and it was a struggle. So meet halfway, we said what's up. It was one of those days where we met halfway on the hill, and she was gonna go to my house and we were gonna smoke weed. I was like sick. I was so excited because for the first time I've never smoked weed, like I don't know what it's like. I'm kind of nervous. I remember being really nervous. My hands were sweaty, and they still do kind of get sweaty when I retell the story, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie. But anyway, we meet up and we start walking towards my house, and she shows me this bowl. She's like, hey, this is what we're gonna be smoking out of. And at the time I didn't even know what a bowl was. I thought you only smoked out of joints. I only saw the Cheech and Chong shit. I didn't see I knew that bongs were a thing, but I didn't know the whole 9 yards. And she pulls out this simple bowl piece, and she's just telling me how to hit it. Hey, hold your thumb over the carb cap. It's located on the left hand side of this bowl. It's like she told me it was a left-handed bowl, which really fucked me up for my first time because I'm more of a right-handed person in most things. But it is what it is. Before we could smoke weed, there was a situation that we had to handle, and that was, where is our cut spot going to be? I live in like a suburb, bro. Like, honestly, it's damn near a village. Like, barely anybody lives out here, but where people live, it's not open per se, but I live right next to like a police station, so it's kind of fucked. When you want to smoke weed, especially back in the day when it was still a felony just to have a gram on you, yeah, you're gonna get fucked if you don't do this shit properly. So we're trying to look for a cut spot, and our dumbasses decide, you know what, there's this little tunnel thing that leads under a highway, like kind of near the police station. And us being kids were like, oh my god, that's perfect. The cops don't have noses, they can't smell weed being burnt. They'll never know. So of course we're like, fuck it, we're gonna go to this bridge. And honestly, the bridge is kind of nice. It stays like 20 degrees cooler in the summer than it does like the surrounding area outside of it. So it's a really chill spot just to be in on a hot summer day. Smoking it's even nicer just because you got that breeze, and it's not gonna blow your lighter out, but it's enough to cool you down. So we're in there, and she's packing up the bowl. I remember she had this black little grinder thing. I didn't even know what the fuck it was. I didn't even know you had to grind up weed, honestly. I barely even knew what weed looked like. And she's filling this bowl, and she goes and she takes the first hit, and I watch her, and she starts coughing up a lung, dude. I'm like, oh my god, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. This is kind of scary, bro. I didn't like coughing. I was scared of lung cancer and shit, which honestly fucking still should be, but whatever. And she passes the fucking bowl to me, and I'm looking at it, and I'm kind of forgetting how to hit it, so she has to kind of walk me through again. She covers the hole for me. She kind of held it for me. It was kind of, if I was straight, it would have been fucking romantic, but it was more so awkward than anything. But hey, listen, I need some help. She's helping guide me with the bowl, so I light it well, and I light this bitch, and I take a hit, and I just remember coughing so fucking hard. It burnt the back of my throat, and I just felt I didn't feel high, but I didn't feel bad either. You know what I mean? The only thing that I remembered really was a giggly feeling. So I guess I got kind of high. I don't know. The weed wasn't really that good. So, I take my hit, I'm coughing my fucking lungs out, and I pass it back to her. I'm like, oh my god, that was fucking, ridiculous. I got so much smoke, haha. And in retrospect, I probably took the babiest hit ever, but to me, it was a fucking lot. And, she goes ahead and iron lungs it. She was smoking this shit way before I was. And, we put the bowl away after a while, and we're like, facts. That was kind of fun. We get to talking about, I don't know, just fucking what was going on in school or whatever drama was going on with our friend group, shit like that. And we're walking back. We're walking back to my house, and I live near, I would say a convenience store. It's not, yeah, it is a convenience store, basically. And we're like, fuck it, let's go get some drinks. I'm like, alright, bet. So we go in the store, and, I'm just gonna go get my Arizona. And she's like, hold on, I gotta go pee really quick. And I should have asked her to hold the bowl, but I didn't think anything of it, I was green to this shit, so I didn't, pass my mind. She goes into the bathroom, and I'm just out there looking at the Arizonas, wondering what the fuck I'm gonna buy. Probably thinking of stealing, because back in the day I was a fucking scumbag kid, but I don't think I stole anything this time, because, somewhat, I had some moral girls, you know. A couple minutes pass, I go and I buy my Arizona. I think I bought her in Arizona too, because I was like, you know, she was taking a while, so I'm like, fuck it. I buy the Arizona as I step outside. And, you know, a couple minutes go past, and then she comes back out, and she has this, like, pale look on her face. I'm like, yo, what's wrong? And she looks at me, and she's like, I just broke the fucking bowl. Like, I'm like, you broke the bowl? Like, how the fuck did you break the bowl? You just went to the bathroom, dude. Like, did you, like, fucking, did you sit on it or something? Like, how the fuck did that happen? And she's like, no, it fell out of my bra, and it crashed on the floor, so... And I didn't want anyone to find it. And so instead of putting it in, like, a garbage can, she couldn't find a garbage can, so she tells me that she flushed it. And I'm kind of concerned, because I'm like, I don't know if you're supposed to flush glass like that. But I also don't give a fuck, because it's, you know, it's their fucking bathrooms. I'm not gonna have to worry about it. So I'm like, fuck it, let's just get out of here before something bad happens. And she's like, bet. And so we go back to my house, and we pretty much right off the high, you know, a lot more high than I was. I was just kind of giggly, and I walked her back home, way back up that steep-ass hill. You know, honestly, it was kind of a fun time, I'm not gonna lie. I know it wasn't, you know, a crazy experience. I didn't really get high until my second or third time really trying the shit, so... Yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Thanks for clicking on the video, and have a good one.